Okay, so here's our next example. We're going to solve the system of linear equations by substitution and using the method that I showed you in the last video. Okay, so if you recall, the first step was you want to look at your two equations. So let me label these so that we know which is which. Let's see. Let's call the top equation is equation 1 and the bottom equation is equation 2. Okay, so look at equation 1 and equation 2, these lines, and find the equation where you have a variable all by itself, where the coefficient or the number in front of the variable is just a 1. And if you said equation number 1, you're absolutely correct. Notice that the y is by itself, so we're going to take that equation first and solve for that variable that's by itself, solve for y. So I showed you in the last video to go ahead and just draw this line down the middle of your paper and take that equation, the one that has the variable by itself, and rewrite it on the left-hand side of your paper. So that's what I'm doing now. And then take the second equation and rewrite it on the right-hand side of the paper. Okay, that's just to get us going. All right, and so first step was take that equation on the left and we're going to solve for the variable that's by itself, which is the y. So that means we need to move over the 2x. So we're going to subtract 2x from both sides. Okay, and over here I don't have like terms, so I'm going to rewrite y equals, now remember these give you 0, so now you just have y equals, and then I like to take and put the x coordinate first. So I mean the x term first. So minus 2x and then a plus 3. All right, so that's your first step. Your first step is look at your two equations. If there's one where you have a variable by itself, take that equation and write it on the left-hand side of your paper. Take the other equation and write it on the right-hand side. On the left side, you are going to solve for the variable that's alone. So we solve for y. Okay, now you're going to come over to the right-hand side of your paper. And where you see a y, you're going to put a placeholder, some parentheses. Remember, that ties into the fact that the left-hand side is solved for y. So find the same y on the right-hand side. Rewrite your equation. But where the y is, you're going to put a parenthesis, set of parentheses. So there's my equation number 2 over here, rewritten, but no y. There's just a placeholder. And what goes in that parentheses is the right-hand side of this guy. You go back to the left. It says y is equal to negative 2x plus 3. So this expression here, this negative 2x plus 3, comes over to the right-hand side and it gets put right in that parentheses. Parentheses are important or you're going to get the wrong answer. So I'm going to change colors here. So there's the minus negative 2x plus 3. Okay. Okay. Plus 3. So negative 2x plus 3. Okay. Now what we want to do is on the right-hand side, solve for x. So we are going to have to distribute this too. So let's distribute that first. So we get 3x, and 2 times negative 2 is a minus 4x. 2 times 3 is 6, and that equals 12. And now we're going to solve for x here, combine like terms, so get a negative 1x plus 6 equals 12. Solving for x, I need to subtract the 6. So negative 1x equals 12 minus 6 is 6. Here, I need to just solve for x. This negative sign, as you know, represents a negative 1. A negative 1 coefficient. So we're going to divide both sides by negative 1 because we want x by itself. So x is equal to 6 divided by negative 1, which is a negative 6. Okay, so what have you found? You have found the x coordinate of the point where the two lines meet, but you still need the y coordinate of the point. So now what you're going to do is take that x equals negative 6, bring it over back to the left-hand side of the table, and substitute it for the x there. Okay, so y is equal to negative 2. Put in your x, your negative 6, plus 3. And now we're going to solve for y. So multiply here, you get 12 plus 3. So y equals 15. So what did you find? this order pair with the x first, negative 6, 15, this is the point where these two lines meet. Now, how do I check this? Well, so to check, what I do is take the point, the order pair you just found, and go and put it in the equation on the right. Okay, this one. Because you use the equation on the left to get the 15. So check it in the equation on the right. So 3 times negative 6, this is what we're checking, plus 2 times 15, we want to see if that's going to give us 12. That's what we're checking. So do some multiplication here. Negative 18 plus 30. Ah, guess what? That's 12. So that's your check. Okay, we have another video with another example coming up, one with fractions, so look for that one.